Moving on to the next question. இப்போ 16th question. 16th question is also very very similar. So இப்போ first என்னென்ன cases பார்க்கணும் நம்ம. You see that x is less than or equal to -1. X is also greater than -1. So first x is equal to -1 case பார்க்கணும், for which you have left hand limit and the right hand limit. What is my next case? -1 less than x less than 1. Then you have x greater than 1, x less than 1. ரெண்டு கேஸும் இருக்கு. So I have to look for x is equal to 1 because I have left hand limit and the right hand limit. Then what is my last case? X is greater than 1. Okay, it is very very similar to the previous question. இப்போ பண்ணலாமா? So what is my case 1? I have x is equal to -1, which means c is also equal to -1. இப்போ f of c என்ன ஆக போகுது? I have f of c is going to be at -1. It is -2. You see that? So f of c is going to be -2. What is my left hand limit and the right hand limit? Left hand limit na limit x tends to, what is my value? -1. -1 is the value and the minus on top of that is the left hand limit. Okay, understand the difference between the two notations. So x less than -1 now, what is my value? It is going to be -2, the value marked in pink. So it is going to be -2, which is when I take -2 outside the limit, I'll have -2. This is left hand limit. Now right hand limit enna agum? Limit x tends to -1 plus -1 is the value. So plus is the way to represent that it is a right hand limit. Correct? Now right hand limit la value enna? I'll mark it with a different color. So I have right hand limit na -1 ku it is going to be 2x, and I'll also mark the other color in gray. X greater than 1 ku three different values ku three different colors mark பண்ணிட்டேன். Okay, now I have -1 plus அப்படினா it is going to be 2x, the value marked in purple highlighter. Okay, இப்போ 2x na 2 into -1. When I substitute the value of -1 to the x, I'll have 2 into -1, which is -2. Super. What do you see? The value here is a -2, the value here is a -2, and the value here is also a -2. So you see that it is continuous at x is equal to -1. Okay, so what is my second case now? Case 2 is -1 less than x less than 1. You can also write it as -1 less than c less than 1. Okay, இப்போ இந்த இடத்துல what is my f of c, the value that is marked in purple. So f of c is going to be 2x na இந்த இடத்துல 2c வரும். What is my limit? Limit x tends to c of f of x, which is going to be limit x tends to c of 2x. X ku c substitute panna, I'll have 2c. So what do you see? The value here is a 2c, the value here is also a 2c. So I'll have continuity here. So continuous. Okay, இப்போ third case enna? Third case is case where x is equal to 1. Appo c is also equal to 1. What is my f of c? C equal to 1 na the value that is marked in purple in the particular line, second line. So purple na 2x, so it is going to be 2c. I need to check both the left hand limit and the right hand limit because I have two different conditions. So இப்போ left hand limit enna agum? I'll have limit x tends to 1 minus of 1 minus na enartham, the value is 2x. When I substitute the value, I'll have 2 times 1, which is 2. So this is my left hand limit. Right hand limit enna agum? Limit x tends to 1 plus na enna value irukku? X greater than 1, it is going to be 2. So I'll have simply 2. When I take 2 outside the limit, I'll be left with 2. So what do you see? The value here is 2c. அப்படினா என்ன அர்த்தம்? c oda value is 1. So again when I substitute the value, I'll have 2. So in that the value is 2 here, 2 here and 2 here. So I see that it is also continuous at 1. What is my fourth case now? Case 4, x is greater than 1, which means c is greater than 1. What is my f of x? F of x na enna artham? It is going to be simply 2. Appo f of c is also going to be 2. What is my limit? Limit x tends to c of f of x, which is going to be limit x tends to c of 2. When I take 2 outside the limit, I'll be left with 2. So what do I see? It is continuous. Rendu value 2 illaya? Continuous. You see that here is a 2, here is also a 2. So it is continuous everywhere. Continuous for every real number. Okay, please copy. moving on to question number 17. இப்போ question number 17ல I'm given find the relationship between a and b so that the function is defined and continuous at x is equal to 3 ன்னு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. So x is equal to 3, it is continuous. I have two different conditions where x is less than or equal to 3 and when x is greater than 3. So I have both my left hand limit and the right hand limit. So I need to prove that LHL is equal to RHL. Then I can find the relationship between a and b. A க்கும் b க்கும் relationship கேக்குறாங்க. Okay. So what is my first case? At x is equal to 3. What is my condition? F of x is going to be ax plus 1. So this is when x is equal to 3. அப்ப என்ன ஆகும்? F of 3 substitute பண்ணா I'll have 3a plus 1. So this is my f of 3. Okay, I found out this. What is my second case? This is case 1. What is my second case? Case 2. I'll have the left hand limit which is going to be limit x tends to 3 minus of ax plus 1. What is the function there? Ax plus 1. அப்ப 3 substitute பண்ணா what will I have? 3a plus 1. So this is my left hand limit. What is my right hand limit? Right hand limit is going to be limit x tends to 3 plus. 3 plus na enna condition irukku? It is going to be bx plus 3. The value marked in purple. Okay, so I have bx plus 3. I'll have bx plus 3 and I substitute the value of 3. I'll have 3b plus 3. So it is given that the function is continuous. Function is continuous at x is equal to 3, which means the left hand limit should be equal to the right hand limit, which should also be equal to f of c. This is basically f of c. Correct? C oda value 3. So f of 3 ku f of c ku equal ah irukanum. So left hand limit equal to right hand limit na enna artham? I'll have 3a plus 1 equal to 3b plus 3. So what is the relation? When I bring the constants to one side, I'll have 3a equals 3b plus 3 minus 1. When 1 comes to the other side, I'll have minus 1. So I have 3a equals 3b plus 2. When I divide the whole equation by 3, dividing the whole equation by 3, I'll have a equals b plus 2 divided by 3. So this is the relationship between a and b. Okay? Please copy. Question number 18. For what value of lambda is the function defined when continuous at x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1? So first x is equal to 0 case paakalam. So x is equal to 0 case. Let me look at x is equal to 0 case first. 0 case na enna artham? I see that I have two different limits. X less than or equal to 0, x greater than 0 irukku. So I have to look for left hand limit and the right hand limit. So ipo left hand limit paapoma first. So what is my left hand limit? I have limit x tends to 0 minus. 0 minus na what is my value? The value that is marked here. And I'll mark this in gray. Okay. Now what is the f of x? Lambda times x square minus 2x. When I substitute the value of 0 to x, what will I have? Lambda times 0 square minus 2 into 0. So I'll have lambda times 0 which is going to be 0. Left hand limit enna vandirukku? 0 nu vandirukku. The lambda itself is lost. You see that? Okay. Now what is my right hand limit? Limit x tends to 0 plus. 0 plus na the value marked in gray. So I'll have 4x plus 1 which is going to be, when I substitute the value of x to be 0, I'll have 4 times 0 plus 1 which is going to be 1. So left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. You see that I have left hand limit is not equal to the right hand limit. What is my f of c also? F of c enna value varudhu? At x is equal to 0, I'll have lambda times x square minus 2x. This is my f of x. So f of c is going to be lambda times c square minus 2c. At c equal to 0, I'll again have lambda times 0 square minus 2 into lambda. So this is going to be 0 again. So what do I see here? I have 0 equals 1 equals 0. This is my left hand limit. This is my right hand limit. Sorry. This is my right hand limit and this is my left hand limit and this is my f of c. I see that moonume unequal ah irukku. Correct? I cannot have 0 equals 1 equals 0. So it is not continuous. Not continuous for any lambda. Okay, so this is my first case. If x is equal to 1 kekranga. So x is equal to 1 na, I have only one condition where x is greater than 0. The value that is marked in gray. Correct? So what is my f of x? F of x is going to be 4x plus 1. So what is my f of c? It is going to be 4c plus 1. Now what is my limit going to be? Limit x tends to c of f of x, which is limit x tends to c of 4x plus 1. When I substitute the value of c, what will I have? 4c plus 1. So I see that the value here is 4c plus 1 and the value here is also 4c plus 1. So it is continuous. Okay. Continuous for all real numbers. Okay, everywhere. So it is also continuous at 1. Okay, please copy.